Hello guys, today we are talking about US Insurance 2023, Global Insurance Report 2023, expanding numerical P&CS market reliance. The nature of risk is evolving faster than ever. Numerical carriers must step up to fulfill the society's deserve of resilience in the volatile world by closing protection gaps or risk losing reliance. Global numerical properties and concert. Lines have delivered strong financial performance in recent years following the soft market of 213 to 2013 to 2018 deposit widespread disruption in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic in war is Ukraine and the resulting supply chain disruption. Premiums have been propelled by execution aware of year risk adjusted rate and handling the annual premium growth rate of chemical PRC lines has averaged at 6 to 8% since 2018 and combined ration have been improving. Exhibit 1 deposit recent microeconomic turbulence global premium of numerical line continue to the prepared by the rating handwriting. Numerical carriers find themselves at the inflection point as the face a continuing cycle of economic uncertainties. First of the current environment rates in the same lines that starting to often as capacity returns while herding continue in other lines in some case further supported by maintaining limits deposit inflation rising claim inflation the growing competition from distributors are squeeze profits but opportunities exist as well. Some numerical carriers and expecting meaningful investment returning due to increase in interest rate. The race of decrease underwriting portfolios with nuances depending on geographics is challenging and calls for new capabilities but also afford opportunities for growth. Second, of the nature of risk is evolving faster than ever, especially when it comes to natural catastrophes, net cats, and net zero transactions, and the supply chain and cyber risk, rather than stepping back and reducing their exposure. Medical carriers have a significant opportunities to step forward to address the growing protection gaps or risk losing reliance in a changing world. Third, these challenging challenges are exacerbated by threatening capacity of both traditional resonance capital and alternative capital marketing and the full extent the duration of the capacity squeeze and are still uncertain given the strong handing absorbed in January 2023 renewals. Fourth, of the negative and the new nature of risk, numerical carriers must prepare to transform their capitals and talent as underwriting and claims shift from an art of the sense. Numerical carriers will need to invest and take division action in response to each of these four challenging. First, numerical carriers must define a clear source of distances of protect their managing of competing beyond rates. Second, they can expand reliance of closing protection gaps through product innovations, more sophisticated pricing and risk prevention and mitigation solution. Third, medical carriers will need to secure capacity by innovating the use of alternative capital and addressing investors concerned about long-term profitable. Finally, numerical carriers must remunerate their employee value proportion and develop the capability and to shift from art of science to address the risk of the future. The most successful numerical carriers have defined a clear source of distinctiveness and allow them to compete beyond prices. First, define a clear source of distinctiveness of compete beyond rates. Numerical carriers are facing four competing pressures: rate volatility, rising inflation, and price advocacy, uncertainty, and expansion of distributors up to value chain and pressure of decarbonize underwriting profit portfolio. Declaration in rate growth. Global rate growth has slowed for the past seven consecutive quarters from 20% in the third quarter of 2020 in 6% in the third quarter of 2022 in real terms adjusting for inflation rates decline softened in the third quarter of 2022 the first time since 2029. However, this trend varies across line. For example, financially professional liability lines experienced the most significant rate declaration from 40% in the third quarter of 2022. In the first percent in the third quarter of 2022, by contrast, a rate increase in net card and source lines by accelerating across both loss and non-loss affected policies. Global property cash flow insurance rate increased by 37% in January 2023. Renewal reporting the largest insurance since 1992 with inflation and primary rates of to follow inflation measured by the consumer price index or CPI may have peaked in 2022 but of the certain lines the market of continuing to harden in 2023 with both rate increase the flat limit even as assessed value increase. Rising inflation and price adequacy uncertainty. Most major economies are experiencing decades high inflation in the further quarter of 2022. Year on year inflation was 12% in Europe, 7% in United States and the 4% in Asia. Inflation adds pressure to the top lines as clients review their coverage and retain more risk, reduce cost at the same time, lose cost and reserve requirement grow negatively affected the bottom lines which result in 8 billion in estimated. So guys, that's all for today. We meet in the next video with new topic. Okay, bye.